Hey guys, and
What we
welcome to another episode of the Fernando and Freddie
Freddie
Show.
Show. I'm
I'm
Fernando,
Fernando.
and that's Freddie.
From the Fernando and Freddie Show. Why isn't my name first?
All right, so you guys, this is another Reddit on Reddit, and today we are going to talk to you guys about fireworks.
Hi, I'm Freddie.
Relax, calm down.
I haven't seen you in forever. You're not even going to explain our absence?
Okay, so Freddie wants to make us all jealous about his month-long European beach coastal vacation.
No, shh. Don't tell my business. Not in the streets. No, you just have to say Freddie's on vacation for 2 days.
At a crystal clear white sand beach with amazing warm water and pretty sailboats.
What can I say? The walls are white. Okay, go.
All right, guys. So today we're going to talk to you guys about fireworks, and this is a Reddit on Reddit. All right, so
Wait, are we talking about Katy Perry?
maybe I'm the firework.
You're one firework.
Okay, so the post says, anyone else thinking that the increase in fireworks could be a delivery system for the virus? I know this is tinfoil hat thinking, but I never can pinpoint where the almost nightly fireworks are coming from. There's no visual fireworks, just the bang, then our cases spike. Granted, the people who refuse to cooperate in lessening the inspection are the worst culprits, but if you wanted to aerosolize a large area, wouldn't it be the perfect cover? It doesn't make sense that that it's bored people. It doesn't make any sense to do it all over the country. There's a pretty clear connection as to when it starts and stops. Thought? Yeah, I already know it sounds crazy, but it's 2020.
Did you really find this? Fernando, you cannot read the most obscure and crazy theories when I'm gone. Although I do love these crazy theories because it shows you what the general public really thinks sometimes. But no. For the very fact that a firework is a chemical reaction explosion that would burn up any virus, I mean, you would have to put the capsule inside the what's that called? The gunpowder. How is it going to survive the gunpowder?
I'm over here thinking like, oh my gosh, this is the dumbest thing I've ever read. Where are they getting the virus? Is it blood? Is it spit? Did somebody cough on something? And Freddie's over here being all technical, being like, no, the virus wouldn't last. It would die, blah, blah, blah. Which was in
my
the
head,
comments.
I'm thinking, this is like a Hollywood movie thing where the person takes the cocaine and throws it in the air and then shoots it and poof, everyone's like, oh no! And then they make their exit as the police are trying to like, oh my God, you know? So that's what I'm thinking of, like, you know, like that's how the virus is supposed to spread everywhere. And like, no, I'm not. The capacity to spread it and everything like that. I mean, it would cost millions of dollars to do all that testing to build a device to spread it like that, and then you would have to account for the wind and people not actually being outside, and then it would have to actually be a mortar that fires it up into the air, and a mortar requires.
Wait a minute. Yeah. How do you know all this? Did you research it for the government?
No. Ironically, I had a friend who used to do fireworks around the world, and at one time when I was looking for a job, he was offered, because he was making a lot. I didn't know firework people make a lot of money. Like, they generally are very, very, very well paid, and you can do this job anywhere in the world. And so he was literally like 1 week in China, next week in Japan, then he's over in Africa somewhere. And
was he setting off the fireworks, or what was he doing?
I think he was the director. I don't think he was actually the one who was like packing everything, but he was explaining it to me one time because I was like, well, how do you get the colors and things like this? Because, you know, I'm like, I like the white ones when they explode, and then it does like that champagne effect, that brrr, you know, as it like does like a lot of little, I call it the champagne effect. I made that up. But and then so he was the one who's explaining to me on how technical and precise you have to be, how you really have to go through a lot of clearances because it can start fires, or if it is like the precision that you have to shoot it if you get that off, I mean, you can really, it's really a technical job. It's not just something like some guy off the street's going to be like, yeah, okay, I'm going to take this powder, I'm going to put this here, and put this iron oxide here to get this color. It's all it's chemistry and chemical reactions. He was an engineer.
Yeah. Well, so, I mean, speaking in that, so yeah, we're saying that it would be way too hot for the virus to survive. It wouldn't spread. But then going into this guy's theory on why are there so many fireworks? Why is everyone, I don't know if it's like that in Europe, but here in the United States, here in, Los Angeles area, it has been insane. I mean, I have never seen, heard, felt so many fireworks ever. And I think the main thing I think is what's happening is that everybody is home, and this guy was saying it's not bored people. Well, it's not necessarily bored people, it's the people.
But how are you buying? Are the 4th of July tents, were they up this year? Where they sell the fireworks?
So backtrack real quick, we'll get back to that. So I don't necessarily think that it's bored people, but I think that it was people who had originally planned to, go to these big, extravagant, 4th of July firework parties, and they all got canceled. So everyone's like, all right, well, we'll just do them ourselves. We'll have our own parties, we'll have our own friends over. So rather than going to an event, a centralized event, everybody is getting these illegal fireworks. So there's always been a problem with fireworks, the week before, the week after 4th of July and around other holidays. But I think this year it's just been a lot worse because nobody could go to events that actually did the fireworks. So
hold on,
they're
wait
at
a
their
minute.
house.
What do you mean a problem? What's the problem about fireworks?
Okay, well, hold on. It's still going to backtrack. So going back to your original question, can't people just get these fireworks from these stands that are up? Yes. The stands that are up, they'll put the stands up in cities where the fireworks are legal. So here in the United States, or I'm sorry, here in California, fireworks are only legal in a few cities. It used to be everywhere, and little by little by little,
that's not true because
fireworks.
No, remember that they sell them everywhere because I've never not seen them in a city, but you're only technically allowed to use them in that area. They always have that little area set aside for you to use them, but you weren't allowed to use them at your house. Because I remember you could buy them and use them in the parking lot right there. They always have even when I was a little kid, they had that area next to it. But then I remember you could use them in like Downey and Bellflower. You were allowed to use them anywhere.
Okay, so I don't know if maybe what city you grew up in, maybe they had a special regulation, but typically what happens is typically what happens is, I mean, that was a long time ago, a very long time ago.
No, but, don't act like you're that much younger than me. 2 years. Go.
So when you're driving down the street, you'll be driving through like if you're going on one long street, you can pass through 10 cities. And you're driving through one city, no fireworks. One city, no fireworks. You get to the next city and you see a fireworks stand. You're like, oh, cool. That means fireworks are legal in that city. They sell the fireworks in the cities that they're legal to do them in. Now, you were allowed to do them on, the street in front of your house, but you could only do it in certain times. Like 4th of July is when you could buy the fireworks. You could do the fireworks like the day before 4th of July and the day after or something like that. I don't know the exact.
Who's lighting fireworks that aren't before then?
People do it. Now, the problem is that people aren't buying the fireworks from these legal stands. They're not doing the cute little sparklers or Piccolo Pete's or, the $14 one that just kind of shoots them up like a foot in the air. People are going
candle.
to.
We could play Harry Potter with that.
No, I think that's a different type of firework. I think that might be an illegal one where you can actually shoot them at people.
That's a Roman candle, I think.
But the problem is people are going to other border states. So a lot of like desert states, so Arizona and Nevada, who border California, all fireworks are pretty much legal because they don't really have to worry about, fires and, different things like that we have to worry about here. Not as much because
I think they just have more space, though.
They do have more space, but, it's not, what do you call it? Like trees and brush and stuff like that, like we have here in California.
They have the same landscape as us there. But I just want to tell the people, don't waste your money buying American fireworks. Go to Mexico. They're much cheaper and you get better ones.
That's the problem.
It's not a problem. You're unpatriotic. You got to celebrate the 4th of July with a bang.
So what people were doing is they're not buying these legal fireworks from these fireworks stands. They're actually going to, Mexico, Arizona, Nevada. They're buying the illegal type of fireworks.
The ones where they blow off the hand.
The ones that blow off the hand, the ones that actually fly up in the air. They're called like canopy style, where the fire, like what you would see like at Disneyland or at a professional fireworks show. Yeah. And they're using these in neighborhoods, and they're using them irresponsibly, and they're using them a lot. And the problem with that is, one, if you do it in your house, you're launching this firework up in the air, and it's going to land on somebody's house or someone's yard. I've read different things, and I've heard different stories about this year alone. Many different things catching on fire, trees catching on fire, bushes. And so this year alone has been the biggest problem. And my reasoning behind it and my thinking, my logic is that people couldn't go to these other events. They're at home, they're bored. Maybe they had some extra money left over from, unemployment or stimulus checks, and they're just going out and they're just burning it, literally. But if you look
I want to let those people know, thank you for supporting the economy, providing jobs, keeping people eating and moving. Thank you.
But if they're going to Mexico and getting these fireworks, if they're not getting them from Arizona or Nevada, then what? How are they supporting our economy?
Only the lucky ones that are going to Mexico. But the borders are actually closed, so you can't get them from Mexico.
Right.
They're literally closed. You can't.
Right, but people could have stockpiled. People could have gotten them in advance.
No, unless you bought them last year. But I mean, the border is pretty much, because I had some friends that were in Mexico that I wanted to bring me some stuff back from the U.S., and the border never opened, and they were there for months. So I was just like,
No, what I'm saying is that sometimes these suppliers or people who are illegally selling fireworks for a profit, they could stock up. So I mean, they could have had them left over from October. They didn't necessarily get them in January or February.
They take moisture, and then they don't work. They become duds. You can't stockpile them.
Okay. Well, we don't know where they're getting them from. They could be, getting them illegally through Mexico. Maybe somehow getting them not through the border. I'm sure there's other ways around it. So,
well, I don't think they're the ones coming from Mexico. They're probably the ones that actually did come from Arizona, because
they could have.
Because, I mean, if from that article that I read, remember we talked about this before, that even illegal drugs are having a harder time moving over the border. So I don't think people are risking their networks to bring fireworks to the U.S. for 4th of July.
Well, not necessarily for the 4th of July, but just people, any holiday and any excuse,
It's not big enough money.
You never know.
It's not.
What you can do is look up on YouTube, and I had watched this video actually on Reddit, but there's different videos that are out there of the fireworks in Los Angeles on like a time lapse. Is it a time lapse? And it was actually pretty insane, like to see, from the sky, like fireworks here, fireworks there, fireworks here, and it's been an ongoing thing, like nightly. Even last night, I was driving home, and on the freeway, I saw a few different things of fireworks going off, and I was like, wow, still? But one, not only is it a fire hazard, two, it's annoying. It annoys the crap out of people, because it's these loud bangs. Boom, boom. And you got to think about pet owners, people with dogs and cats.
Yeah, that's the hard thing. But I got used to them when I lived in Mexico, because they would light off those big explosions.
That's what they do here too.
But these are the ones where it would set off the car alarms and rattle the windows, like boom, but constantly, 3 a.m, 5 a.m, and those I don't know. Eventually I got used to it where I could sleep through it. So, but yeah, those ones are the annoying ones.
Yeah, but those are what people are doing here too, and
they have those now.
Yeah. And it just causes a really big disturbance for neighbors and, elderly people, people with PTSD, But the big thing is animals, when the boom goes off, it, scares your animals. So
the poor kitty peas of the world.
Going back to passing along coronavirus through fireworks.
What? Oh, yeah. So that's not happening. It's finished, Fernando. You don't need to explain that.
So... All right, you guys. Well, this has been another episode of Reddit on Reddit.
With Fernando and Freddie.
Freddie Show.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
All right, Freddie got us there. All right, you guys. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day.